This is the New York State site that you can use to book an appointment anywhere in the state of New York. This footage was shot on March 19th and March 20th. We're going to hit Get Started. When I'm booking for someone, I like to have their information on a Word document or a sticky on my desktop. Not only because it makes it faster for me so I can just cut and paste, but also because it makes what I put in more accurate. So I'm just going to hit copy and paste and put her date of birth into the website. I'm going to do the same thing with her zip code and start entering in her demographic information. So I'm going to fill in the bubbles and indicate that she lives and works in New York. And then I'm going to go down below and start going through the individual questions. This is the section for health problems. This is where I would indicate if she were qualified for the vaccine based on a health issue. But I'm going to indicate no here so that I can go through these questions one at a time in regard to her job. Now, if she were older and qualified by age, we wouldn't be asked any of these questions in regard to jobs. So for this purpose, I've made her date of birth 1980 so that I can go through and show you all of these check boxes and how it works if you're putting in someone's job as their qualification. I'm going to go through all of these fairly quickly here. I'm going to say no to all of the ones that don't apply to her until finally I say yes to something, and then it stops asking me questions. When you're filling out this website on behalf of someone or for yourself, you'll go through them obviously much more slowly than I am here. Then we go down to the bottom, we hit I consent and submit. And then it gives me the option to locate providers. If you've navigated this website before, you may notice some recent changes. First off, it used to just show whatever location was closest to the person's home address. So the Javits Center would have been top right here, even though there weren't any appointments. The website's rearranged now, and the Javits Center is still here, but it's not at the top of the list. The first bunch of locations are all the places that are actively showing newly released appointments. But we're going to be going to look at the Javits Center anyway, even though it says no appointments, because we're going to be able to get some cancellations. Another recent change is that some of the locations have completely altered the interface. And if your location has made these changes, it's going to look a little bit more like this. But you can see here that a number of locations, including Rochester, still book in the same format as the Javits Center. And here I'm showing you how these appointments look when there's a whole lot of them. You're going to be looking for ones and twos of these with these little bubbles over to the right that you can then select and hit next. This pop-up does happen when you're still competing with other people for these spots. So this is part of the stuff you have to do quickly. It's important that you click that quickly and hit next. Once you see this screen where you can enter in information about the patient, their address, their name, you no longer have the same ticking clock. You're not competing with other people. There is some time limit to how long you have to enter in this information. Let's go back now to the first tab and select Schedule an Appointment at the Javits Center. After you click on Schedule your appointment at the Javits Center, you may see this No Appointments Available screen. Don't be concerned. Once you see this, I want you to hit Command and R on your keyboard if you're a Macintosh user, or Control and R if you have a PC, and you'll see this small flash. That's the page refreshing, and we're going to hit refresh until we see an appointment. And then we're going to hit Select Visit Time. Now inside this day that I'm showing you on the screen, there are no visit times available. But we can sit here and hit next for a bit and watch for some cancellations to show up inside this date. This is a good strategy if you know a particular day that you're available or if you're looking for something same day. Otherwise, you can stay in the area where you have various appointments to select, and then you're going to continue to hit refresh until you see a day that you want. And then you'll book it by hitting Select Visit Time, and then you'll click on the bubble next to the visit time that you want. I did edit down this footage. What you're seeing here is not how long it'll take you. It'll take a little bit longer than this. It takes me a little bit longer than this. But one of the tricks that I do want you to keep in mind in regard to this website is that most of the cancellations are put out every 6 minutes, starting at 02 after the hour and then every 6 minutes after that. It really does work, so I keep this list on a sticky next to my computer. 02, 08, 14, 20, 26, 32, 38, 44, 50, and 56. And I have a little star next to the 02 and the 32 times because those are the ones that come out with the most appointments. This really does work and is a way that you can kind of aim what time you're sitting there and clicking refresh so you can get those appointments when they do pop out from the website.